Hey guys, and welcome to arguably my most important video to this date. It's going to be quite a short video, quite condensed, but we're going to be talking about some pretty serious topics in this one, so I wanted to keep it nice and brief, but still give you guys a little heads up on what is currently going on in the games industry in general, but particularly in Total War Warhammer. Now, Total War Warhammer is the game, of course, we predominantly play on this channel, and there's been a bit of a problem that's been boiling for quite some time, and I didn't want to discuss it initially because it may put me on bad grounds with people and so forth who didn't agree with the same points of view I am going to be pinning across in this video. But there's been some pretty, I don't even know how to really word it like politically correctly, but some pretty shameful and like hurtful neglection, I suppose is the best way of wording this, on a certain importance that needs to be brought into gaming. So of course, we do like to see representation wherever possible, but it's something which has been really left out of Total War Warhammer universe, and I can't hold back any longer, and we really do need to discuss it, despite, the backlash this video may indeed get. And that is the inclusion of ducks in Total War Warhammer. There is a huge potential for ducks in this game, and they are simply nowhere to be found. Now, there are one or two people fighting the good fight, trying to push ducks into the gaming industry a little bit more than they have been so far, and also particularly in Total War Warhammer, where ducks should, in theory, be the predominant selling point, in my opinion, of all Total War franchises from now on. So we are going to do a little tier list today of the most important ducks in Total War Warhammer so far, and how I think CA can push them a little bit further into the game, in the gaming genre, and in society as a whole, to make their rightful place at the top of the food chain. So up first, we are indeed going to be looking at the Everwatcher. Now, the Everwatcher has unfortunately got a bit of a bad nickname on him recently. A lot of people call him the Ever Chicken, but I certainly believe he has all the potentials of being a duck. Now, all round, he has a beak. He is all-powerful, a magical being of chaotic destruction, instantly ticking all of the duck boxes straight out of the gate. Now, we do need to shake off this nickname he has got. That is the one kind of thing pulling him back away from that S tier. But apart from that, got wings, got beak, incredibly powerful, and does love bread for the great bread god. So all round, the Everwatcher is certainly doing quite well on my tier list. I'm actually going to pop him all the way up here on the A tier, doing some pretty solid work all round. Again, it's just the nickname which realistically needs to be changed, but apart from that, for a long time, since Warhammer 1, he's been fighting the good fight to continue pushing ducks in this franchise all round, so very well played to the Everwatcher there. Up next, we're going to be looking at a member of the Total War Warhammer community called Geese Howard. I don't have his little avatar yet, so we are going to be using this anonymous picture to visualize, I suppose, an interpretation of Geese Howard here on this video. Geese Howard, all round, really cool guy, lovely, friendly person in the Total War Warhammer community. Always happy to teach new people stuff, as well as keep the multiplayer scene going. And yeah, got wings, got little flippers, got a beak, but there is a big problem. And I'm sure you guys have guessed this one straight out of the gate. He does not quack, he honks, because he is Geese Howard, not Duck Howard. And that is a big problem when it comes to the duck symbol of pride, I suppose, throughout all of this this discussion. So initially, I was going to put him all the way down here in the F tier, a fake duck, a wannabe duck with his wings and beak, but the honk does drag him down. However, there is a big element of Geese Howard that I have not brought to the forefront yet, and that is the fact, in 2021, he is a Beastman main, which is absolutely unheard of by this point. And the best thing about Beastmen is they can mutate, they can change. We've seen it with Chaos Spawn as these normal humans kind of transform into these chaotic beasts of destruction. And as we spoke about earlier with the Everwatcher, that is exactly what ducks are. So with the potential to change, Geese Howard is indeed going to be moving all the way up to the B tier list, with the potential to go even higher if those mutations do start to take effect. Up after this, we are going to be looking at a YouTuber called Poison Ducky. And as you can see with the name straight out of the gate, Poison Ducky, he's obviously going to be very high up, representing ducks for a very long time in the gaming industry, not only making content about Total War Warhammer, but other games as well, trying to spread the good knowledge of ducks throughout the universe. So initially, I was thinking, you know what, he's actually going to be the opposite of Geese Howard and be moved all the way up to the S tier at the very top of our list. He does good content, he does content consistently for Total War Warhammer. Very good player as well, very active in the community scene. However, there is a big drawback, and it kind of comes with that poisonous aspect of his name. he is a vampire count main. That's right, guys, he is an undead main. So unfortunately for that, he is going to get dragged down a couple of tiers, and he shall be joining Geese Howard on the B tier list. Still doing good work, trying to push forward the great name of the Duck, sort out the Duck legions as a whole, but because of that vampire count association, he is going to be dragged down a couple of notches. Up next after this, we have the mighty beast, the Dread Soren, and this is going to encompass all of the Dread Sorens, from the Feral one to the Regiment of Renown. You may be thinking, Duck, you've absolutely lost your mind. The Dread Soren is a gigantic dinosaur, and you may think so, but if you look into the lore of the Warhammer universe as a whole, first, the old ones came to the world that we do inhabit in this Warhammer universe, and then they found and seeked out the most powerful beings there ever were, and of course it was a duck. They found a duck, they took large inspiration from it, and they tried to create their own beast. They failed, of course. They could never quite mount to the power that they did find in these rogue ducks. In fact, they were ducklings they found, so they never actually met the gigantic beast themselves, but still, they tried their best, and I think the Dread Soren basically has a beak. If you ignore, it's got little teeth. Ducks have little teeth as well. Basically got a beak. You could certainly add some feathers to it all round, and it is one of those kind of carbon copy predecessors of the duck all through. So he's going to be taking a nice little slot in the mid-tier down here on the C tier list. A wannabe duck, still trying to push the name forward a little bit, but at the same time, it can never truly compete or comprehend the might of the brain of a duck. Up next, we're going to be looking at Henderwin, another lizard man in here. Henderwin, oh, let's move that back, let's move the whole picture for you there. Henderwin is a interesting one for me throughout, because unfortunately the mighty Henderwin used to look like a rubber duck. His profile picture was really happy, and he certainly gave off a weird edgy feel, which really kind of pushed the duck agenda forward. But unfortunately, he has been updated since then, and because of this, his model has now looked far more lizardmen-like and far less duck. So he's actually betrayed his roots of initially looking like a rubber duck. And I mean, even then he was part rubber, part duck. So he would have been fallen into the C category. But unfortunately for him, because of the updates to his model, he has been downgraded and he has betrayed his own kind. And we simply cannot abide by that. So he's going to be moving all the way down here to the F tier list as an absolute traitor. No better than a normal common human. Not good work by him whatsoever. Up next, we are going to be looking at a unanimous. Oh my god, I can't think the word. A CA representative or member of CA whose name shall remain descriptive. So we're not going to actually reveal what his name is here live on this video, but he does go by the name of something Duck. Now, someone who has managed to infiltrate Creative Assembly, the creators of this wonderful game we do play, Total War Warhammer, and is slowly trying, as you can see, through the Dread Soren to Henderwin initially, as well as the Everwatcher, trying to slowly push more and more ducks into the Total War Warhammer universe. And anyone who is brave enough to call themselves a duck, infiltrate a corporation like this, and really try their heart out to push this agenda as far as possible, certainly has my utter respect, gratitude, and I'm going to put them right up there on the top of the ST pedestal. Now, I'm not only putting them up there because they do, of course, work for CA, and by doing this, hopefully CA, could maybe put more ducks into game 3. I would even, happily, quack along for free, maybe do some quacks for their voice-over work if they want. I am a professional quacker, of course, so if, just put them up there, not trying to bribe them or anything, but just saying if they are open to bribes, then, this is the best I can offer them at the moment. And up at the end, we will be talking about myself, so a rubber duck of war. Not only do I bring YouTube content on a daily basis, trying to push Total War Warhammer as well as the duck cause throughout, I even managed to orchestrate an entire April Fool's prank on you guys for the adventures of the duck to try and push them a little bit further forward. And of course, happy April Fool's, guys. I'm sure I've put this video up quite late by this point, so I'm sure you guys are all aware of the April Fool's pranks everyone are putting out. And of course, I don't really care on the amount of ducks that they do incorporate into Warhammer, but secretly I do, deep down, I really want to see some more of them. There is a big problem with myself, however, as you can see by the title of my name, I am a rubber duck of war, not a full duck, so I'm only half duck at the end of the day, half rubber, half duck, and a tiny little bit of magic sprinkled in there as well. So I'm going to have to relegate myself down to the C tier list alongside the Dread Soren. But if I ever end up with a Dread Soren on the tier list, I am a happy bunny indeed, or a happy ducky, I should say. Hope you guys enjoyed this little silly video. We will be putting out a proper video later today, letting this one breathe for a couple of hours, and then we're going to have a really cool one with some Blade Singers up swirling around and doing their normal crazy elvish madness. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a thumbs up and subscribe, all that good standard YouTube stuff. Leave some comments down below as well on your opinion on ducks in the Total War Warhammer universe. How can we incorporate more? Did I leave any off this tier list? Would you rearrange them in any way? Feel free to let me know. Until next time, guys, peace, peace, and as always, stay awesome.